Range calculator for WordPress website. Welcome to Amaro Art Tutorials. In this tutorial we are going to create this simple range calculator using a free plugin called Cost Calculator for WordPress. It's a cool and useful plugin that can make your website look much more professional. You'll be able to create your own range calculator. Customize it as you like. And embed it on your page. In this example I have set the calculator to have a price range for additional videos for an online course. Of course you can use the range calculator for whatever use you have in mind. The second range bar is for the additional file size in gigabyte. The condition here is set that each additional video will cost $10 as long as each video file size is up to 1 gigabyte. If it is more than 1 gigabyte, it will charge an extra of $10 per gigabyte. To achieve that, first we need to download Cost Calculator Builder plugin. I'll add the link in the description. After you've downloaded the plugin, upload it to your website, install and activate it. Next, press on the calculator icon in the dashboard menu. On the Cost Calculator dashboard you'll have the list of all the calculators you've created. You will also be able to import and export calculators as text file. And of course create new calculators. Let's do that now. First we'll type a name for the calculator. Then, click on the plus icon. Here we'll find some different elements that can be applied on the calculator, and create a large variety of complex calculators. On the Conditions tab we'll be able to set the right conditions for our calculator, but the Conditions option is part of the Pro features of this plugin, and I will cover it in the next video for the Pro version with a much more complex calculator type. For now, the free version will be suffice. If you're finding the video helpful, support my channel by liking and subscribing. So, let's create the range calculator. First let's add a range button. We will give that element a name for the header. Next we'll put a description. We'll set the description to be before the range field. Now, let's scroll down and save the changes to see how it looks, so we'll have an idea. By clicking on the preview button, we can see how our calculator looks on the front end and make adjustments. Here we can see that each range step equals $1. So what we are going to do next is to change the range unit field to $10. Let's go back to the range button editor. Now, scroll down and look for the range unit field, and change it to $10. Let's also toggle the currency symbol on total description button. This will show the dollar symbol next to the amount. And finally click to save, and let's preview it once more. Now, we can see that each unit step equals $10. We can also see the dollar sign next to the field total. Let's move on to the next step. Let's add another range button for the video file size addition. We'll add an element name field, a short description, set the range unit field same as before, to $10. Toggle on the currency symbol. And finally, save changes. Let's have a look now on our range calculator. We can see that each additional video or gigabyte will cost us $10. But what we are actually looking to get is that each gigabyte will cost $10 only if there are more gigabytes than additional videos. Meaning that if the number of gigabytes equals or less than additional videos, there will be no additional charge. Here comes the math part. To achieve that, I had to work my mind to get the right formula, and it took me quite a while to get these rusty wheels turning. I'll show you what I mean. The total element is where we can create some formulas, play with numbers and set some basic conditions. We can do that using the available fields we've created earlier. The range field ID 1 is representing the gigabyte field, and the range field ID 0 represents the additional videos field. In this specific total field we'll set that range field ID 1 will be minus range field ID 0. Now let's save it, and have a look. Now, we can indeed see that the sum total of the calculator is set to be the gigabyte field, minus the additional video field. To create what we're looking for, we'll need to add another total field. Drag the second total field. This time we'll change the name a bit, so we can differentiate between the two. Now, the formula part was kind of complex for me in the beginning, and took me some time to achieve what I was looking for. Finally I came with this solution. Follow me along and I'll try to explain what I did. Range field 0 is the number of video files. The total field 2 is the sum of number of gigabytes minus the number of video files. And here, I managed to set a condition using the calculator formula. That the total field 2 will be counted only if it's larger than 0. Meaning it will be added to the range field 0, only if there are more gigabytes than videos. Let us save the settings and have a look now, to see what we got so far. We can see that both the total fields appear. The upper one shows the sum of gigabytes minus the number of video files. And the lower one does what it's supposed to do, to show the total amount of video files combined with additional gigabytes. Now we just need to hide the first total field. And also to arrange the description of the gigabyte range field. I see now that it's below the range bar. Let's do that. First we'll go and edit the second range field. On the description position, we'll change option to Show Before Field. And save changes. Next, we'll go and edit the first total field we've created. Here, we just need to toggle the default hidden option and save the changes. Finally, let's have a look on our calculator again. Now, everything looks much more clean, and works as it should. We can go now to the Settings tab and see more options that this plugin have, and of course we can customize our calculator to fit our design the best. Under Settings, on the General tab, we have the option to change the style of the calculator from vertical to horizontal, as well as some settings related to the total box. On the Currency tab, we can switch between currencies. The next tabs, like Send Form, Woo Products, Woo Checkout, Stripe and PayPal Checkouts and Google reCAPTCHA, are all part of the Pro version, and I'll hope to cover most in my next video. We can also customize the calculator as we like, by changing its background, the appearance of the total field, the colors of the range bar, the different headline and text, and other elements. That's about it for now. You can play with the options and create your own range calculator for your own purposes. I hope this video was helpful, and will give you a head start. Don't forget to like and subscribe to support the channel and to be notified of more tutorials like this.